Hello, everyone. Paulette Henson here. How are you? Happy Friday. Today I am on live because I had a poet that reached out to me and he's like, hey, you haven't been doing the Poets Lounge recently. Hello, everyone. Paulette Henson here. How are you? Happy. Okay, so anyway. With that, that's why I'm on. But looks like here he is, and let me bring him on. Hi, Donnie.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right.
All right. Well, let's get started. First of all, everyone, this is the Poets Lounge. I'm Paulette Henson, and as I said, a lot of things going on, good things, of course. And I just kind of fell off a little bit. I got so busy when I realized it was the day of the show, I was like crashed out. So forgive me for that. But thanks to my friend Donnie here who reached out like, hey, I've been trying to get on here. And so we're just going to ramp this thing back up again. So Donnie, welcome to the Poets Lounge. How are you today? I think you want to unmute?
I'm
Okay, there you go. Okay. So how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Just getting off work.
Awesome, awesome. So tell me, since you're our only poet for today, normally we have people that pop in and out. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about your journey, when you start writing your poetry, and when you realize that this was something that you enjoyed and you really wanted to get into.
Well, first of all, I don't even call them poems or
Okay,
myself a poet. I call them a collection, a strategically structured constellation of words that rhyme.
okay. Nice. Okay. I like
I
that.
just like saying that. I just like
Okay.
saying that. It sounds, but I'm explicit. I'm on the. I do. I call myself Rebel Jesus. I go by the name Rebel Jesus,
Hmm.
and so it's religion based.
Okay.
And dang, how long I've been writing? Probably about 3 4 years. Like yeah, about 3 4 years. It take me
Oh,
forever to write one. So
well, and that, but that speaks a lot, because it sounds like, you take each step of it to make sure it's the right fit, it's the right words, and so when you say forever, that may be for other people, but it's in the right time when it's complete, right? Like you have it all together.
oh yeah. I don't sit down and write. That's just my thing. Like
Okay.
I I be at work or I just be doing something come to mind. I'll text or email it to myself and piece it together later.
That's a good
Hmm.
word. That's a good word, especially for people out there because we all have thoughts and things in our mind. And so if you're not able to write those things down, then you can speak it in your phone. And like you say, you can get back to it at another time. I think that's a great way to get those thoughts out because it's when you're at work, when you're busy doing things, that's when these thoughts come into play, when you have no place to jot it down.
Yep.
So, so you said about 3 years ago you started, and so what prompted you? Because obviously all of these these writings or words or in your head. And so what was the trigger that where you said, you know what, I'm gonna put this together?
My my fascination with religion.
Okay.
So I created the character along with other characters, Rebel Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I like
that's
that.
pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty much to entertain myself.
Okay.
But to put my, I guess in a nutshell, is it's what it's my thoughts on religion and what we get told about religion in a
Mm-hmm.
nutshell, without
Okay.
being too convoluted.
Okay. Got you. Got you. Okay. So, of course, on this show, we definitely want you to share some of your work. So
Uh,
let me know when you're ready. Go for
uh,
it.
I'm ready. Are you
Okay.
okay with language?
Well, our audience, this is adult, and so
All
hopefully,
right.
audience, there's no children. I mean, if it's something that's explicit, um, then we have to at least let our parents get the kids out of the room. So, or
Uh,
if it's material that's, that's for adults only, then,
but it's not
I'm cool with that.
sexual. I just
Okay.
use
All
cuss
right.
words and
That's
stuff.
fine.
Okay.
I'm good with that. Okay.
All right. This piece I call No Love, No Mercy. Judas didn't sit nigh me. Pops put a hit out on me and just follow orders. Possession is 9/10 of the law, right? But Pops feels he can have you whenever he feels like. Fuck that. I know free will is a ruse. So I refuse to bow down to a get down or lay down entity, daddy. Now the war is on. And I hope you win the zone. Cause I'm bringing all my ODs and we got our own batch of cherubim. We gonna burn the whole heavens and everything in it down. Don't that sound profound? Sounds like Pop's lost and somehow still persuaded you to get him the crown. Hold on, wait a minute. Maybe it's hereditary. You know it's hard to keep a Christ down, but technically we're supposed to be eternity. But how can eternity exist without daddy? What I mean, eventually dad will perish, leaving me the sole heir of a whole planet and everything in it. Oh, and a universe as well. Need more clarification? That's what the word inherit entails. Rock the bells for a new world order. Peace. Well, as much of it at least. We still got white people to attend to. Flood 'em out, but keep a select few. Some for entertainment, the rest experimental. I am just jiving. But on the real, they're excommunicated from humanity and from the earth and stripped of the means for producing offspring. Sex no longer a desire. You'll go down in his story as the living embodiment of cowards. As for the rest of y'all niggas, stop being niggas. Imagine a bigger picture. And I know you can do it because you imagine my dad is that nigga you just can't fuck with. So why not? Probably because of change. How can things change if you don't change, but you keep crying about the things that'll make your brain ring? Constantly praying to pops about the same thing. I believe I died in vain. Worst of all, played by my own blood. And they say he shows mercy and love. He loves me and had me sacrifice for all of you. He loves you too. That means every last one of you are expendable. And here we are talking about the evil white people, although agreeable. But the point is, you hate living as a slave, but you volunteer your soul to be a slave while protesting white folks to behave. And ain't nobody told Pops that he should be ashamed of himself. And I know you have to say, in my name you pray, you, or he will turn the other way. Not just ignoring you, leading you astray. but hey, he shows mercy and love. A, to be beloved, there has to be love. And basically, I got shoved in front of your sins just to show men who was the man. But hey, he shows mercy and love. A, mercy and love. Thank
Wow.
you.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Thank
That was
you.
deep.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was really deep. I heard a lot in there, and part of it was talking about dad, and so, and then it led into, so we're talking about dad is the father of all of us, talking about Jesus' dad, or are you talking about like,
My dad.
yeah.
Well, no, yeah. I'm talking about God,
Okay.
who people say God is, the biblical
Hmm.
God.
Right, right.
Um, that's why I say I created the character Rebel
Yeah,
Jesus.
right,
So I take
right.
on the persona as my in my head when I came up
With
with it
God.
is Jesus becoming aware of who he is.
Hmm.
He's
Hmm.
aware. He's becoming
Right.
aware of that he is what we was told that God's son.
Hmm.
And I have other poems where he's expressing the whole thing. So
I
I
like
have a lot.
that.
Thank
That
you.
that is very it's inspiring, but it digs deep, and it's right in your face, and I like that because sometimes people they need those words in your face to where you can't run from it, like it's just gonna hit you. And either you can grab hold of it and do better, like you were saying, or it's going to pass you by. And so there's a lot of messages in that. What I picked up, and I'm sure our audience as well. That's part of the reason why I created this show was for expression, for people to express their truth. It's a way of communication, because sometimes people just don't understand plain English, but they'll understand words put together in a way, and it gets
Hmm.
past that wall of, I don't want to hear nothing. It goes deeper. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
a good piece. So you have the floor. Like I said, this is open mic. Go ahead and you know,
I can do more.
you can do more. I mean, normally we go around the table when I have like 10 or more people, then
Yeah.
you may get one. But if you're fortunate to be the only one, the show is yours. I'm just, here to facilitate.
Bet those then, because I do got a discography. No,
Okay.
no,
Nice.
I don't got that much, but I do got quite
Okay.
a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Um, this piece I call uh thinking.
Hmm.
The tree of life, stated to give you eternal life, but in order to get it, the cherubim must be defeated, mythology says. Pops got nervous due to a failed experiment. I think he was scared. That's why he got rid of it, played it off like he was disappointed. The mystery is that multiplied complaints it. I call it self-hatred. Pops did say he regret his own creation. The failure was creation started thinking. That's why the Garden of Eden became vacant. Parable time. Adam ran into another Adam and said, Madam, have you heard of this? Yes, I was told not to use it. If I do, I will surely lose it. That's not legit. I was told that same shit, then he threw a fit. Now he telling you that holy shit. If you do choose to, you will be legit just as long as you don't quit using it. Curious. See? already taken effect and you haven't even bit yet. Adam ran back to Adam and said, I've been thinking. What have you done? Shh. Shut up. Have some. My mind has been open. What am I seeing is pleasing? What is happening? The same thing you always done, now with some understanding called pondering. Oh, I was wondering. Hey, I was wondering. Girl, you naked. Ditto. Then out of nowhere, pops pop up. Hume Adams, where are you? Why are you hiding? Don't you know that I'm all knowing? I know you over here, I am. There. What you doing? And where you get them silly leaves from? Did you have a thought? Blah 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 blah. Never mind. This is getting boring. Why I'm asking all these questions when I know I'm all knowing? You deliberately disobeyed me, even though I never told you. Just for that, it's gonna be crazy painful having babies. And you, my favorite human. She gonna be your slave, and everyone after her like her kind gonna have to behave likewise. Also, you gonna eat grass for the rest of your days. Be cool in due time. I'ma send my son Jesus. He got your sins no matter the reason, just as long as there's no treason. Keep in mind, there's no others like my kind. Thou dismissed. Put the chair up out front. Nigga, put the chair up out front and lock the door with a flaming sword. And just like that, the two atoms got put out unjustified, all because Pops couldn't control or mesmerize, or could it be the power of thinking will compel you to think, which will lead to insight of knowledge, which is why the affiliation of data is trying to have it abolished, drip feeding you retardation through the education system. Think a little bit. They're trying to keep you from thinking a little bit. Ignorance isn't bliss. It's just something we do to escape from thinking a little bit. Thank you.
All right. Interesting.
Yes, yes. Oh shoot. Uh, keep going.
Keep going. You wanna so tell me a little bit about your inspiration on that one. Where I like to know like where that comes from, those thoughts. Like what did something happen? Like, you were working or something and all of a sudden that just like
I just think all the time. Like
as
and
we
I
all
got
do, right?
yes,
Hopefully.
but yes, but as we all don't do is talk about those thoughts.
Right,
We're rather just wallow in them and then cry, I can't shut off my brain when
right, right,
so but I embrace my thoughts. I love my thoughts. I got
right,
a talk show called Whatever Talk where I talk about all my thoughts and employ my guests to talk about their thoughts if they want to.
right.
Uh, I also have another show called Challenge Our Beliefs where
Mm-hmm.
all this formed from, like the
Okay.
ideal of rebel Jesus, because I
Mhm.
don't consider myself to be religious nor spiritual, and I have tons of theories,
Okay.
and what led to thinking is one of my theories of people are intimidated about thinking. They were rather be told what to do, even though they hate being told what to do.
Right. Right. I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear that. It's and like you said, it's a slippery slope because in one way, like you said, you don't want to be told what to do, but then you don't want to take the time or put the work in to create that whatever it is so that you can do what you want to do or create so that no one has to tell you. And
As,
so, but
exactly.
that goes a long way. Most people they don't want they just don't want to put the work in, or they don't want to put take the time and do whatever it is. They want the easy way out. Just tell me how to do this thing. I don't want to read. Just tell me how to do it, and
Look,
then that's it.
it's not even tell me how to do it. Do it
Just do
for
it.
me. Do it for me. I don't
Right,
care how it's done. I don't care about the
right,
mechanics. I don't even care about the existence of it. I just know
right,
I want it done by you
right, right.
for me.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
And as far as the whole education system, drip feeding retardation, I don't think we was ever taught anything in the education system, period. Like we got taught the basics, even going back from to my mom's generation,
Mm-hmm.
my grandparents. Just the
Yeah.
school system was a system. I don't
Mm-hmm.
really think that we got taught outside of here. If you know how to count to 10, you can count to 100. If you know how to count to 100, you know how to do math.
Mm-hmm.
And and we got drip fed retardation. Like the English language itself is retarded.
Mm-hmm.
It literally holds us back. It literally delays us because we don't know the meaning of the words that we're using, and nobody's taking the time to sit about and think about the terminology of what they're using for it to be in the context that they want it to be in.
Well,
And
yeah, but that's again, that's you got to put the work in. It's all, I feel that education and learning, it never stops. And so you may get a certain level of education in school, but you also need education in the street.
absolutely,
You need
absolutely.
education on the real world, real life things. And so some people get more education on street knowledge than they do with, words and books and all of that. I think you need both. And then you need to be outside of your circle. You need to, on other
Yeah.
parts of the world, you may hear things or see things, but when you go to other parts of the world, you realize these are people just like you. They want the
Hmm.
basic same things just like you. They want to eat
Yep.
every day, have a good time, and raise their families. And
Hmm.
so, and you that's another education that you learn from, other people. And so I think that through this life, as long as you're breathing, you can learn something. You never reach that totem pole where you're like, okay, that's it, I know it all. I don't need to learn anymore.
Exactly. As long as you're breathing, continue to educate. Like for
Yeah.
real. It's always insight on what you thought you knew about something.
Right. There's so much more. Like you're just
Mm,
scratching the surface when you think that you know everything, and there's worlds of information that you know if you research, you'll find some things out that that it'll blow your mind. And
yeah.
so I encourage you all to,
Mhm.
this is some real talk about I have uh degrees in education, especially adult education. And so it's something that as an adult, you can never stop learning. And so with words that you hear on this show or on any other show, if you don't know the meaning of those words, if you hear a word and you don't know what that means, look it up in the dictionary, look it up on Google, so that you don't
Yeah.
agree to something that you don't understand. And you're
Eh,
like, waving the flag like, yeah, 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 but they said something that could be offensive to you, and you don't even know it because you don't know what the word means. So,
but they offended anyway. They don't need to know what the word means. They don't
oh
need.
my goodness.
All they need is to be right right now.
Right. Right,
That's
right,
all
but
they need.
it's
But
unfortunate.
um, I have more if you allow
Okay,
me
go
to do
ahead,
in
go
this
ahead.
intermission here.
For sure, for
um,
sure. I'm sorry we had to go off. I mean,
oh,
that's real
I
talk
love
though.
talk. I love talk.
That's real talk about
Mhm.
because I'm in the publishing world and I find that people here, there's so many people, everybody's writing a book, right? Everybody, they've jumped on the book wagon. But they don't realize that the number of our people are not reading books, they're not buying books. And so they wonder, like, okay, I'm not selling books, I'm not getting sales, people aren't buying my books. And you have to target your audience and be real.
Right.
Your friends and people will buy it, but then after that,
Hmm.
that's it.
The only way you may get somebody or people to read it is to post every page and hope they read the whole post because that's the only thing that's being read.
Is
Not
on
even
social media, right?
that's the only thing that's being read. They're reading, they just reading other people's business.
Right. Right, right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That is very true. Okay, Donnie, go
Yeah.
ahead and let's hear some more.
This piece I call Poster Child.
Okay.
Just Lou, the bringer of light. Step into it, it'll be a delight. Get your shine on, take flight. Stop being a blind follower, following to wherever yonder is. Hide your kids. They're highly influenced to being niggas. That's their agenda. They trap us by being pretenders, telling us this is how we supposed to act. Sound like my dad. That nigga told me the same thing, telling me I had to die for y'all. Fuck them niggas. That was my first thought. Over 2,000 years later, I should have went with my first thought. But here I am, back again, because I'm a man of my word. I know that I'm late. I had a debate with myself. Do I even want to deal with these niggas? Especially true believers. I could descend to their face and tell them that I am the true Jesus. Prove and show them every indication. They will still rally and roar. Sick 'em. It's time for another crucifixion. So why did I come back? Couldn't have been just integrity. Maybe just to say I told you so. But could I be that petty though? Of course I can be that petty. It runs through my blood. God is my dad. Don't act like y'all forgot what happened to Papa and Grandma over a piece of fruit. Don't eat your fruits and vegetables to be stronger. Man, sit your miserable ass on that throne and leave us alone before I have everybody in here believing in what we say. Oops, sorry. Before I have everybody in here believing in what I say. Before I have everybody in here believing in what I say, you forget that I can play with free will too. The difference is I have it no more in my nature to be like you, and I'm starting to see why Jess Lou and his crew left you. I've been putting two to two together in thy. See through the subliminal. This whole time it was you that wanna control and enslave mankind, prepping them with them white niggas, whipping them, telling them they better fall in line by using thy, your only begotten, as the poster child. Which brings me to another taboo. If I died for everybody's sins and got that all covered, then why does mankind still suffer, especially the colored?
Mhm. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Stumbled on that one.
That was great.
Thank you. Thank you. That has become my first favorite one.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
um,
That's really, especially that last one, the last words about, what colored people,
yeah.
and that's deep.
Thank you. Thank you. This next piece is. Oh, do we have anybody else? I don't want to just sit here and.
No, No, we
Um,
got, so we got about 20 minutes,
uh,
so go for it.
I got the 20 minutes and I got the convo whenever you
Okay,
want to do that.
go
this
for it. This is for you. Go ahead.
That those. This next piece I call rebellious. I'm the star of the New Testament, and I admit I'm an industry plant for the Holy Plan. Just saying, no parable. Speaking it plainly so you can understand. To all my fans, keep doing what you're doing. The rest of y'all, I guess I'm not fooling. I told my dad that we couldn't get all of y'all. He got mad and took it out on all of y'all. And I'm the one who had to take one for the cause. Pause. Think about this. How an all powerful know it all can exist and have regret at the same time. Somebody lying and I wouldn't doubt mankind. It's about time. I know I'm late. It's my second coming. Fits me a plate. The last supper that I had, it was kind of awkward. We didn't have no drink, so I offered my blood, and they really drunk it. I was just joking. Mind blowing. The other day, somebody asked me where is Enoch. I told him Pops put him someplace with the door locked. Why you so shocked? This in the scripts, he's gangster. As for thy, cast out and got my own tabernacle. I got shit to tackle, rebuilding this debacle. But he regretfully gave me powers about to take back what's ours. For that I am called rebellious.
Mm,
Thank you.
wow, that was good.
Oh, yep.
I'm starting to understand. It's like hearing Jesus in a different way, like another, like as a person, what he's, experiencing. That's my take on it. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. It's pretty much my thoughts
I know what you're
again about
saying, but it's a
Christianity. Yeah,
perspective.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
and
like that.
I decided to tell the story through the lens of Jesus if he was I.
Yeah, I get it. I like that. And because it gives you it brings a connection even closer to me. And so, just to see him, he's almighty, of course, but to see him, to hear that maybe he had thoughts like that too. Maybe, who knows? But
Mhm.
I like the description. I really do. It's interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. This next piece is called Martyr.
Okay.
Martyr.
Martyr.
I hope I'm saying that right. But you know what I'm saying,
A
right?
martyr.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. All right. I want to make a difference, but I don't want to be a martyr. Martyr. I don't want to die. That's why I went into the forest to call upon my father. Father. I begged and I cried. He ain't want to be bothered. Bothered. So I said, fine. Fuck it. I do it. Sorry, I'm a bother. Bother. Why am I Jesus, the anointed, the Christ? Why was I not conceived like the other kids? Why? Why do these people follow me blindly? Blindly? Why you got me telling all kinds of stories? Stories. They are called parables. So many questions on a daily basis that I get asked. Asked. I used to ignore them unless they said amen. Then it got passed. 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 They're in a better place now. Home. Why are you crying? Crying. Crying. Then you wake up in the morning and thank my dad for another day. Nigga, you lying. Lying. I led by example. Ain't that the same? 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 Besides barking orders and not fighting his own battles, what did dad lead? I'm just saying. Saying. Death shouldn't be a sacrifice. It should be your brain. It should be your brain. It should be. What I mean by that is your thought process that needs to change. I want to make a difference, but I don't want to be a martyr. Martyr. I don't want to die. Let me be clear. I don't want to die. Let me be clearer. I want to make a difference. I don't want to be a martyr. Martyr. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to make a difference, but I don't want to be a martyr. Thank
Hmm.
you.
Nice. Nice. I like that.
That one came upon thinking about um people who believe. Well, I came up with this phrase, or yeah, I came up with this phrase
Mm-hmm.
uh, for believers, people who believe in God, and that's it. It's to me, it sounds like you're aware of your own delusion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like to me. And that being said, that kind of led to, well, is Jesus God or is Jesus Jesus, which would be another God?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, but when Jesus gets brung up, he's spoken of as two separate entities, even though they're aware that he's one.
Mm-hmm.
So which one is it? Because when Jesus was in the forest talking to himself,
Mm-hmm.
essentially, if that be the belief, then why would he take the time out to do that? For one, he's literally talking to himself. But if there are two separate entities, he didn't really want to die because he asked,
Mm-hmm.
do I have to do this? Do I really have to do this?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's where all that came from.
Wow. Yeah. That's good. That's like I said, for me, it's something that you don't think about or you're not taught to think about, how he felt about things. It's all about what happened and what his actions, but and his conversations, with the father, but as two entities, that part has always been, a mystery for me. Like, okay, he's God, but then he's also Jesus Christ. So I guess Jesus Christ is the person that came here. But yeah.
Well, I don't know because according to some beliefs of it, he didn't become the Jesus that we perceive him as until the baptism. So prior to that, he was just a guy named Jesus.
Mm, okay. Wow.
Mhm. Um, this next piece I call Illuminate.
Okay.
White is not my skin type. Long hair, well, I kinda like, but it's not straight. My blue eyes fake. My book tells you otherwise, but you still follow that other guy. I do not know why. Maybe you're retarded, half human, half pop. Some call him God. You and him can kick rocks. I'm a grown God. I got my own will. You try to pharaoh me, I'll have you killed. Now I know that's harsh, but that's what he did. I ain't got no kids, but I wouldn't have thought of that. What the fuck, Dad? You got these people thinking that you really care, Dad. You had me slain, but you spared Cain, Dad. And where the fuck is cousin Enoch, Dad? Dad? Do you hear me? Do you feel me? Doing the usual, ignoring me, but it's alright. I don't even want to fight. I'm just bringing it to the light. Maybe you should step in. Then again, some people never change. Just Lou put me up on game about you and mom before I came. She was just a kid, only had two options, get married or prostitution, which is kind of confusing, but a whole nother story. Hickory dickory me. A suspect pregnancy. She birthed a legend, no more mythology. Pop said to hell with chastity. What the fuck, Dad? Why you don't respect the women of the world, Dad? You don't want to lie to them about they pearl, Dad. And I really truly believe that you don't even care, Dad. Dad, do you hear me? Do you feel me? Doing the usual, ignoring me, but it's alright. I don't even want to fight. I'm just bringing it to the light. Maybe you should step in. Then again, what's done in the dark, just Lou will illuminate it. Thank you.
Nice. I'm just listening like you can just keep going.
Thank you.
All right.
Well,
So
I
we're on
appreciate
our last like 15 minutes. So if you want to share
it.
another one, you're welcome to do so. We'll wrap up.
All righty then. Um, this piece I call Revelations. Lot, that motherfucker. He'd rather give up his two virgin daughters to a bunch of strangers he ain't never seen before just to save a couple niggas he ain't never seen before. When they got done, they left them at the door. Sidebar. They actually came for them other niggas' back door. Pause. Yeah, you heard right. In my book, women don't get treated right. Sounds kind of modern, right? Hitting close to home. While Pop's just maxing and relaxing, being entertained, sitting on his throne. Speaking of, Dad, that motherfucker. He told his first lie when he said we surely die. When we took a bite out of knowledge, he got discouraged and it ruined his American pie. Then created religion, made himself a god, then proceeded to seed little white lies. Also, Kelly the little girl, Pop goes to Christ and had nerve to tell me I must die. I did what I was programmed under protest, water those white lies, blossoming consciousness arrest. 2,000 plus years later, it's the same program and niggas is still under arrest, but it's their own will. So I'ma just chill, sit back and watch and eat my meal. Don't ask me for nothing. I already died for y'all. What else do you want from me? Not doing that again. You said you want to be saved, but look at the way you behave. Besides, I'm not in that game anymore. Talk to my dad. I wouldn't recommend it, but you've been believing. I just had to live it or be deceased with it. Whatever you want to call it, I'm thinking pretentious. Oh, and thank you for your souls. It's going to be a hell of a show when I come back. Revelations.
Hmm. Wow.
Thank
Nice.
you.
That was deep. That was real and deep both at the same time. Interesting.
Thank you. I appreciate the time and the platform to put on my concert.
Thank you. This is such a treat, Donnie.
Mhm.
You have a gift, a natural gift, and there's a lot of things to think about while you're speaking. I mean, you definitely take people on a path and and there's little stops along the way like that make you stop and think and like, oh wow, and so I think that's brilliant. Keep doing this because in some ways it sounds like music, it could be a rap or something or something, so it's
Just
definitely you're on to some,
words that flow and
yeah,
rhyme.
words that
That's
flow.
all.
But it's intriguing. There's a lot of meat and potatoes in there where people they're just gonna like, wow, rewind that. Say, what did he say?
That's what
So
I'm believing.
yeah.
Wait a minute,
Exactly.
huh? Hold
and
on,
it's
wait a
gonna make
minute.
people think and make people,
Yeah,
just
that's what thinking was
rethink.
about. That's what
Exactly.
thinking was about. Just
Mm-hmm.
think, baby. Just think.
Just
Neither one of
think.
us really know if it's right or right. Excuse me. Neither one of us really know if it's right or not. My beliefs is just as flawed as yours
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because there's still a belief instead of knowing.
Right, exactly. Instead of knowing. And you gotta, do your research and
Not to be confused with feelings.
mhm.
That's not knowing.
Right. Right. Feelings are emotions, newsflash. So, yeah, and you're right about that. You need to know, see with your eyes,
Hmm.
understand what you're learning. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for our treat today. We had Donnie Dotson on the show, and so definitely, I'm going to tell you to rewind and watch it again because he really just laid the line on his brilliant work that he compiles, and it sounds like this is ongoing. So we look forward to having him back on the Poets Lounge. Yes, we are back on live. I'm gonna reach out to my other poets that were very supportive of the show. And I'm happy to be back. And this was a lot of fun. So, Donnie, again, thank you for your presence. Thank you for blessing us with your work and continue to do that because you're
Well,
onto
thank you.
something really big. You are. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sign off today. You guys have a great weekend and we'll see you next month. It's the first Friday. We'll see you next month on the Poets Lounge. Okay, have a good one. Thank you, Donnie. Let me take us off live.